confessed to everything, just like I promised I would. And I believe you will keep my stories with my case file and not release them until 50 years after my death, just like you promised you would.
No, we'll keep our word.
Because I think deep down you're honorable men.
Deep down? Deep fucking down?
Can you wait to beat me up? I'm up to the part about murdering my mother and father. Thank you.
So you killed your mom and dad? This may seem a ridiculous question, but why?
There's a story in there, The Writer and the Writer's Brother. I'm not sure if you saw it.
I saw it.
Yeah, well, I hate any writing that's even vaguely autobiographical. I think people who write about what they know only write about what they know because they're too fucking stupid to write about anything else. But The Writer and the Writer's Brother is the only story of mine that isn't entirely fictional.
Oh. How old was he when they started?
He was 8, I was 7.
How long did it go on for?
7 years.
And you heard it all those years?
I didn't know what it was at the time, but yes, I heard it.
And then you killed them.
I shoved a pillow over their heads, and I buried them behind the wishing well in my backyard. I thought the wishing well was apt. Anyway, it's where the mute girl's buried.
You know, you could use your childhood story as a pretty decent defense in court. Well, that is, if we weren't going to bypass all that court shit and shoot you in an hour.
I don't want you to bypass anything. Go ahead and kill me. Just keep my story safe.
Oh, you can certainly have trust us.
I can trust you.
How do you know you can trust me?
I don't know. There's just something about you. I don't know what it is.
Oh, really? Well, you know, I'll tell you what there is about me. There is an overwhelming and then it's an all-pervading hatred. A hatred for people like you. People that would lay even the littlest finger on children. I come in early, I make sure all the bindings are clear, that all the electrodes are in right order, so that we won't waste time. I'll admit, sometimes I use excessive force. And sometimes I use excessive force on an entirely innocent individual. But I'll tell you this. If an entirely innocent individual lifts this place to the outside world, they're not even going to contemplate saying or looking another child ever again. Just in case, I fucking hear him, and I drag him in here, back, for another load of excessive fucking force. Now, is this kind of behavior in an officer of the law in some way questionable, morally? Huh? Of course, it fucking is. But I don't fucking care. Because when I'm an old man, you know what? Little kids are gonna know my name. They're gonna follow me around and they're gonna know what I stood for. They're gonna give me some of those sweets in thanks. And I am gonna take those sweets and thank them and tell them to get home safe. And I am gonna be happy. Not because of the sweets, I don't really like fucking sweets. But because I know in my heart that if I hadn't been there, not all of them would have been there. Because I am a good policeman. Not necessarily good in the sense of being able of solving lots of stuff. Because I'm not. But good in the sense that I stand for something. I stand for something. I stand on the right side. I may not always be right, but I stand on the right side. On the child's side. On the opposite side to you. So naturally, when I hear that a child has been killed in a fashion such as this little Jesus thing, you know what? I would torture you to death just for writing a story like that, let alone acting it out. So you know what? Fuck what your mom and dad did to you and your brother. Fuck it! I would have tortured the fuck out of them if I had them here right now. Just as I'm gonna torture the fuck out of you now too. 'Cause 2 wrongs don't make a right. 2 wrongs do not make a right. So please, kneel down here so I can connect you to this battery.
Come on, not again.
Come over here. Please, I said.
What's going on?
I was just about to connect him to this battery.
What kept you?
We're talking.
What about?
Nothing.
Jesus, you didn't tell him this shit about children coming up to you when you're an old man, did you?
Fuck you.
Excuse me? Listen, that is the second time today that you
You! Kneel down here. Please. I've already asked politely.
I wonder who made you kneel down first, Ariel. Your mom or your dad?
Fuck me.
I'm guessing it was your dad.
You didn't tell him your fucking shit about your dad, now did you?
No, Topolsky. I didn't go and tell him the shit about my dad.
Then what? Oh, that old one.
You keep chipping at that shit, don't you? How about that childhood problem shit?
I'm not chipping away at anything. You're the one who keeps bringing up your childhood problems.
I haven't said a word about my childhood problem. I wouldn't even use the phrase childhood problem to describe my childhood.
What phrase would you use then, Ariel? A fucked by my dad childhood? That isn't a phrase.
Would you like to keep saying more information for a prisoner, Topolsky?
I'm just saying, I'm tired of everyone justifying their own shitty behavior because of their shitty fucking childhoods, right? My dad was a raging alcoholic. Am I a raging alcoholic? Yes. But that was my own fucking choice, alright? I own that shit.
I would like to keep torturing the prisoner now.
Get back to torturing the prisoner. You've kept him waiting long enough.
You've overstepped the mark today, Topolsky.
I am reading through the prisoner's confession, Ariel. Make sure we haven't missed anything. I'm not torturing some condemned fuckwit just for my own sadist vengeance fantasies.
Way overstepped the mark.
Just hurry up and torture the prisoner already. Gotta shoot him in about half an hour.
Where's your father now, Ariel?
Don't say a word, Topolsky. Don't say a word.
I'm not saying a word. I'm reading his confession, like I said.
Is he in prison?
You shut your mouth. Also, you pervert.
Or what? You're gonna torture me and execute me?
I'm trying to concentrate.
He's not in prison, no.
What did I just actually say?
They arrest him?
They couldn't arrest him.
Topolsky, I don't think it would be very good for all the concerned for you to continue with this line of conversation.
I have a dreadful feeling you're right.
So, I'll just finish putting this electrode here. I'll just put this last electrode here.
Why couldn't they arrest him?
Shh. Shh. Shh.
Why couldn't they arrest him?
Because Ariel already murdered him, of course. Well, wasn't really murder now, was it? More self-defense, diminished responsibility, all that. I call it murder just to tease him. I mean, hey, I'd murder my dad too if he crawled into bed with me every week from the age of 8, you know? He had a pillow over his head while he was sleeping. Funny enough, the two of you actually have a lot in common.